Good evening. This is the December post-board meeting update. I wanted to take an opportunity to share with you some of the great things that are happening here in the Reed Springs School District. We had a wonderful board meeting and 7 wonderful individuals who are committed to educating our kids at the highest level. They passionately give of their time, and so I appreciate all that they do. The KPM accounting firm came and provided an update regards to their financial analysis of our district. It's the annual audit report. In that review, they really dive deep into a variety of our programs, federal programs, and all of our financials, a lot of our financials, to determine if we're following best practices, if we're in compliance, if we're being ethical in how we manage our money, if we're following all the legal requirements. And I'm pleased to report that we have had a successful audit. I congratulate our office staff here, Rochelle, Dana, Gayla, Tina, Amy, just all those individuals in our staff, Liz, for your work with federal programs, our building secretaries, everyone that has a hand in that pot. I appreciate the work that you do, our administrators for managing their budgets well, and just being responsible with district taxpayer dollars. And so just very pleased that we had, again, another audit report that was successful. That has been in districts that have had some major challenges to overcome, and it's nice to be in a district where those practices are high quality and we're following good protocols. So congratulations to our team. We reviewed our strategic plan and belief that we believe all decisions need to be based on what is in the best interest of our students. While we're not always perfect in our leadership, I can rest my head on the pillow at night knowing that students are always at the center of our decisions. We always keep our kids in mind. It's not that we're always perfect, but even in our imperfections, our students are always our focal point. And so that's our core belief, and one that we'll continue to try to have at the forefront of our minds as we make decisions moving forward. Provided the board an update regarding some of the happenings that's happening around the district with our communications and our combined building administrator reports. A lot of great events, from extracurricular, from band and music and choir, to athletics and activities within the buildings. And just want to express my appreciation to you families for all your support, parents and guardians, grandparents and loved ones, for coming and supporting our schools. I'm grateful for all of the work our staff does to provide wonderful things for our kids, and just a phenomenal student body. Just very, very pleased with all that they do. Ben Fisher continues to rock it as our communications director. He's doing phenomenal work. Last night, hopefully you caught, Shane Corporon was on the news as our PE teacher who's acquired a grant through the Skaggs Foundation. We appreciate them to implement a Frisbee golf course here at the Reed Springs School District. So we'll have a Frisbee golf course put out into the area behind the middle school, into the woods there. Shane, I know Mr. Corporon will be working on kind of drafting that plan on where that's going to go. But it will be something that will be utilized in PE and then open and available to our community, which is going to tie right into our community area up there in that park area, which we'll definitely share more of that as we get closer to bond time. Our enrollment, updated the board on our enrollment. We're about 40 to 50 kids higher now than we were last December. That could change, obviously, once this Christmas break happens. There's a lot of movement at times during Christmas break, but we're up a little bit there. School board election filing is still open. One of the things I talked with the board tonight is wanted to paint a picture for them and help them understand just the challenges that our students and our staff are facing as a result of COVID. COVID has created, magnified, I would say, academic learning gaps amongst our learners, especially those that may be struggling and may be coming from environments that are a little bit more challenging. We have also seen an increase in mental health issues amongst our students of a variety of age levels, and an increase in behavior issues. Really, kind of at the high school, it's serious issues. We're not really having a lot of fights and those types of things. It's really drugs. Drug use has increased. There's been an increase in marijuana use. A lot of kids that appear to be coping with some of their social and emotional challenges by accessing marijuana. So just want to encourage families, please be aware. Communicate with your parents or with your students. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Know who their friends are. Watch for signs of potential use, and then when that happens, reach out and get support. We have counselors here, we have social workers, Borough Mental Health is in the building, and I know our community has resources. So I feel like, as I've talked to the health department about this, that the pandemic, the secondary pandemic, I'll call it, that COVID has created and magnified. It's become such a problem that it's really a community issue. We are trying to address it within instructional strategies and hard work by our staff. But the reality is that we have students that are struggling. And so I just want to kind of rally our community around our kids. Additionally, we have staff who are experiencing just the realities of trying to educate in this what people are coining this new world. Achievement gaps are really difficult. Social emotional behaviors, all those things that I mentioned are impacting what happens in the classroom and making it increasingly more challenging to teach kids. And I feel like what a blessing the strategic plan has been, and that it has implemented really critical strategies that will support our learners and provide supports and resources for our teachers, namely social workers, reset rooms, high expectations, instructional work that we're doing. And so we're continuing to try to evolve in that. But if you know a teacher, an educator, a counselor, or a secretary or a bus driver, whoever it is that works in the district, please let them know that you appreciate them. Check in on them, make sure that they're doing okay, as the challenges of teaching teaching students during COVID has been really significant. So appreciate all them. Continue to want our students to be resilient, as you are that generation that has been able to go through this COVID experience. And what a great thing it'll be able to say down the road to say you conquered COVID. The board discussed every quarter or so they do a board self-evaluation to kind of just discuss how they are progressing as a Board of Education. Are they staying aligned to the strategic plan goals? Are they staying aligned to our mission? Are they following their norms and protocols? And they've really felt like things are progressing really well. There's a lot of unity, although there is a lot of debate and dialogue and not always agreement in board meetings. There's a unity that happens when we leave, even though decisions may be not united. And so I appreciate all that the board does, and they're willing to grow within the organization. The board approved our resolution for our no tax bond issue. That resolution will be placed on the April ballot. And so you'll have a lot more opportunity to hear the highlights of our no tax increase bond issue as we present that beginning kind of mid-February, 6 weeks out prior to the April election. We will really highlight all the things that are going to be involved in that no tax increase bond issue. I'll share with our debt service levy schedule, so you can see that a yes or no vote won't change the tax levy. The tax levy will remain the same for the foreseeable 25 plus years. This just provides an opportunity to address goals in the strategic plan. So more information to come on that. The board approved a recommendation made by Ben Fisher and myself to transition our website, our parent notification system, and to develop a new app for communication. We are going to partner with Aptigee Software and Aptigee Software, and you will see over the course of the year, as summer or the next school year starts, you'll see that we'll have a nice mobile app that actually works, unlike what we currently have. Some really effective streamlined communications and getting our name out there so that parents have less frustration trying to know where to go and who to contact. You can get it all on your phone. So that process is happening. So we appreciate the board supporting that work and all that Ben Fisher did to investigate that. Exciting announcement. We are announcing a new activity officially added to the middle school at Reed Spring. This is our start of esports. The growth of esports across the country has been real. You can actually get a full scholarship to go to university, to go to college on esports scholarships. Many universities have those programs, and so we are beginning that stipend or that process at the middle school with Drew Parsons, Mr. Drew Parsons. We appreciate he has over the last few years had done a gaming club, and now he's taking this and expanding it to esports, which hopefully will evolve to the high school level in the short future. The board also adopted to change our mileage reimbursement rate from the current rate at 40 cents to adopt it to the federal rate. So whatever the federal rate is where our mileage reimbursement rate will be. And so that will raise that from 40 cents to 56 cents per mile to align with our other federal programs. We have rescheduled our Board of Education meeting for the month of March. We are moving that to March 30th, so you might want to mark that on your calendar if you are interested. And then the final thing we discussed, I will really go into detail. We'll have some notifications sent out tomorrow from Ben Fisher. Long story short, many of you have seen the Attorney General on the news talking about how a recent court ruling in Cole County has basically ruled that health departments have no authority to instill mask mandates or quarantines. So we are navigating through that as we've had conversations with attorneys, with school attorneys, and just in collaborations with the various organizations, as our health department has backed away from any official contact tracing, quarantines, masking, anything that would be perceived as a health order. Our health department is no longer taking part of. So essentially, they are no longer supporting us in that process, although they are supporting us in other ways as we move forward. So we always appreciate their partnership. We will have a new process. Essentially, it'll kind of look quite a bit the same, but we will outline that tomorrow. So be expecting communication from the district tomorrow in regards to what the Cole County ruling, the Attorney General, and the impact on COVID as we return back to school in second semester. There will be some changes. You'll want to listen to that communication or see that communication come from Ben Fisher via email and our social media websites. That was our board meeting. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you for all that you do, for being supportive of our school district. Absolutely love being here. We'll continue to move forward, meeting our kids where they're at, and giving them all we can to ensure that they have a quality education. Thanks, everyone, and have a great night.